Hi guys, my name is Bas and welcome to episode 8 of my R tutorial videos here on YouTube. So today we're gonna have a look at the descriptives and the frequencies. So in other words, summarizing your data. First of all, if this video is helpful to you in any way, shape or form, then please leave a like on the video and subscribe to this YouTube channel. I want to make this channel grow as much as possible and every subscription therefore counts. Furthermore, I do recommend watching my previous R tutorial videos because they explain the basics of R, how everything works, but you're not obligated to do so because I'll explain the most important things in this video, of course. Okay, so we're gonna start by opening two of the packages we will be using today. So I assume that you have already installed them. If you haven't installed them and you don't know how to install packages, then check out episode number 1. But in this case, I've already installed them, so we're going to do library, and then of course, like every episode, we're going to use tidyverse. But for this episode, furthermore, we're going to use library and then Plottrix, P-L-O-T-R-I-X, and then select the two lines, and then Control Enter, and thereby load these two packages. Okay, so the dataset we're going to be using today is going to be again the Star Wars dataset. So we're going to go to View and then Star Wars and then Control Enter. And then over here you can see a nice dataset with names, height, mass, hair color, skin color, eye color, etc, 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 and a lot of stuff, gender as well, and a lot of other variables which we won't be using today. But today we want to take a look at the descriptives. So how do you get the mean, the median, the minimum, the maximum, the standard deviation, the standard error, and the frequencies? Well, it's actually quite easy. So we're gonna attach, in this case, attach the Star Wars dataset. And that means that from now on, if we run this code, that from now on R knows that we're talking about the Star Wars dataset and we're not talking about another dataset. So you don't have to keep typing Star Wars every single time. From now on, it knows that you're talking about Star Wars. So that's really handy. So if you want the most basic descriptives, you just simply type summary and then the variable you want to be you're talking about. So in this case, we want the summary of the height variable from Star Wars. And then in the bottom, you can see that the minimum height is 66 centimeters. The first quarter is 167. The median is 180, the mean is 174.4, the first quarter is 191, and the maximum is 264. And the non-availables, so in there for the missing values, are 6 in this case. But you can see that the standard deviation and the standard error are missing. To get the standard error, you need to install the Plottrix data package, so that's what we did. But first, let's start off with the standard deviation of height. You type the S and the D, and then between brackets height, but you have to press a comma and then use the function na.rm, which means remove the not availables is true, so the T of true. So what we want is the standard deviation of height, and we want to remove, so it's true that we want to remove the missing values, because otherwise you can't get to the standard deviation. And in the same way, we're gonna ask for the standard error. You type std.error, and then in this case again for height, and then the na.rm is true. So we're gonna ask for the standard error of height, and it's true that we want to remove the missing values. Then you select the code and press Ctrl Enter, and then in the bottom you can see that the standard deviation of height is 34.77 and the standard error of the mean is 3.86. So that's really easy. That's all you need to do to get to your descriptives, so to get to the basic summary of your data. It might also be the case that you want to take a look at the descriptives of a specific group. So in this case, we want to take a look at the descriptives of height, but then for the specific eye color groups. So we want to divide the eye colors into groups of all the different eye colors, and we want to get the descriptives of those. How do you do that? Well, in this case, we're going to use the tidyverse package. So this time we do have to type Star Wars, then Ctrl-Shift-M for the pipe operator, and then drop and NA. So again, drop the missing values of, in this case, height and eye color. Well, okay, don't know what happened there. Then you press the pipe operator again, and then group by, and then in this case we want the different groups to be made from eye color, and then the pipe operator again, and then we want to summarize, so use the summarize function, and then we want the mean of height, and we want the as standard deviation of, in this case, height, and we want to again remove the the missing values. And then we press the pipe operator again, and then we press view. So what we want to do, we are going to select the Star Wars dataset. We want to drop the non-available values of height and eye color. We want different groups to be made for eye color, so blue, green, brown, etc. And for those groups, we want a different mean of height and the standard deviation of height. And when you ask for the standard deviation, you want the missing values to be removed. And last but not least, we of course want to put a comma at the right at the right place. So after summarize, we want the mean of height, comma, and the standard deviation of height. So don't forget to use your commas, guys. And then if we press view, then we will get the mean and the standard deviation of all the different eye colors. So we can see that someone with blue eyes has a mean height of 182.21 and has a standard deviation of 20.32. So that's how you can get to the descriptives of different groups. So how you can group by and then a categorical value, for example. Now we will also want to take a look at the frequency tables, how many respondents filled in a certain category. Well, that's actually really easy as well. You just type table, and then we want, of course, in this case, the table of eye color, and then you press Ctrl Enter. Use an extra E. And then you get in the bottom, you can see all the way down, you can then see the frequencies table of, in this case, eye color. So you can see that there are 10 people with black eyes, 19 people with blue eyes, etc., etc. So this is how you can get a frequency table just by using the table function and then the variable which you want to work with. And last but not least, we can also take a look at cross tabs. Well, what does that mean? That means that you get a table from two different variables at the same time and want the frequencies of those. So in this case, we want the table, but not just for eye color, but also for gender. So we want to know for the different genders how many people have each eye color. So then we press Ctrl Enter, and if you then go to the bottom, we can see that there is now a table within the in the rows we have the eye colors, and in the columns we have the two genders, feminine and masculine. And we can see, for example, that there are 8 men in this dataset with black eyes, and that there are 10 men in this dataset with yellow eyes, and that there are 2 women in this dataset with hazel eye color. Okay, so that was it for today. This is how you can use the descriptive variables, so therefore how you can summarize your data, how you can use the frequencies, and how you can use the cross tabs. So if this was helpful to you, then please leave a like on this video and press the subscription button. It would be very, very much appreciated. And for now, guys, I will see you on the next episode. Ciao.